Hello and welcome students for Vijetha IAS Academy ethics classes. We are dealing with case studies, case study number 28. This is something related to international ethics. If you are a civil servant, in civil services you have a duty called IFS officer, Indian Foreign Service. When you become part of that department, you are going to understand how India is going to be one of the responsible members of the world community. As part of that also you will try to understand, and also there are various other ways in which India is always connected with the outside world. If something happens in India, it affects world. If something happens outside world, it affects India. Let us see one case study where international ethics need to be understood while you are doing your duty. This is one case study. With this whole spectrum of various duties, various cases which a civil servant can get in their lifetime. So these are various examples. If you are a civil servant, you may get some cases where you have to act against corruption. In some cases you may be asked favors you have to handle. Disaster management you need to handle, social issues you have to tackle, threats to you, then emotionally you have to do your duty without worrying about this. Toxic work culture, how you get best efficient manner, working with complex procedures. When there is an ethical dilemma, humanity says something and ethics says something and legality says something, how you take the decision. International ethics. This is one case study. With this wide variety of cases we have solved with this. Let us see what is the case here, then we will try to understand what are the questions given there. The chairman of Bharat Missiles Limited was BML, Bharat Missiles Limited, that means missiles manufacturing company, was watching a program on TV wherein the Prime Minister was addressing the nation on the necessity of developing a self-reliant India. He subconsciously nodded in agreement and smiled to himself as he mentally reviewed BML's journey in the past 2 decades. In the past decades, Bharat Missiles Limited is manufacturing missiles. Self-reliance is very, very important. Self-reliance related manufacturing company is now in the books of Prime Minister himself. He is nodded in an agreement and smiled to himself as he mentally reviewed BML's journey in the past 2 decades. BML had admirably progressed from producing first generation anti-tank guided missiles to designing and producing state-of-the-art ATGM weapon systems that would be the envy of any army. So simply, it is a manufacturing company which is manufacturing weapons, missiles. This missile manufacturing company has created a system which is going to even be more advanced than the enemies, envy of enemies. He sighed in reconciliation with his assumptions that the government would probably not alter the status quo of a ban on export of military weaponry. He sighed in reconciliation with his assumptions that the government would probably not alter the status quo of a ban on export of military weaponry. Military weapons related ban is there, then related to that he is not willing to change the status quo. To his surprise, the very next day he got a telephone call from the Director General Ministry of Defence asking him to discuss the modalities of increasing BML production of ATGM, as there is a possibility of exporting the same to a friendly foreign country. There is a ban. It seems there is no change in the status quo, but BML chairman got a call surprisingly from the Defence Ministry. Here the chairman of this particular manufacturing company. To his surprise, the very next day he got a telephone call from the Director General Ministry of Defence asking him to discuss the modalities of increasing BML production of ATGMs, as there is a possibility of exporting the same to a friendly foreign country. The chairman of Bharat was watching a program on TV wherein Prime Minister was addressing the nation on the necessity of developing self-reliant. He subconsciously nodded in agreement and smiled to himself as he mentally reviewed BML journey in the past 2 decades. So here the chairman was very much impressed about the past 20 years journey of the success. Then this is the success. To his surprise, the very next day he got the call. Director General wanted the chairman to discuss the details of his staff at Delhi next week. 2 days later, at a press conference, the defense minister stated that he aims to double the current weapons export level within 5 years. This would give an impetus of financing the development and manufacturing of indigenous weapons in the country. He also stated that all indigenous arms manufacturing nations have, 2 days later at a press conference, defense minister stated this would give impetus of financing the development and manufacturing of indigenous weapons in the country. He also stated that all indigenous arms manufacturing nations have a very good record in international arms trade. All indigenous arms manufacturing nations have a very good record in international arms. As chairman of BML, what are your views on the following points? As an arms exporter of a responsible nation like India, what are the ethical issues involved in arms trade? List 5 ethical factors that would influence the decision to sell arms to foreign governments. So simply here, India is a country. India is having self-reliance in certain products. India wants to export these arms to other countries. When you are trying to do business in arms, it is not a business in any other product. It is a business in arms. When you want to export to other countries, what kind of ethical issues will be involved? As of now, India is importing from Russia, America, France, from various countries. India is importing the weapons. Now, you have a manufacturing company which can export, which has the capability to export. Now, what kind of ethical issues involved here? So, the moment chairman, you are the chairman or chairperson. The moment this project has come to that particular company, then he was reviewing all the 20 years of experience and he was thinking about what are the various success of this. Definitely he is feeling proud of BML, Bharat Missiles Limited. Bharat Missiles Limited, you are proud of this particular achievement. You are trying to make it even at a bigger level. Then possibility of exporting these arms to various countries. And also, what are the advantages? If you manufacture and export, one is financially, India will earn. And also, it is creating envy, or simply it has state-of-the-art technology which will make India safe, because even enemy also will think of this capability. If you are capable to export weapons to other countries, means your arms manufacturing capability is visible to other countries like neighbors and other powerful countries. One is financially India will earn. Second one, safety of India will be there. Then respect, dignity, then security of the country can be ensured. If neighbors and other countries are known that India is having a state-of-the-art technology, means they will not that easily attack or create trouble with India. They want to maintain good relations with India. And also India will be given place in multiple international forums or organizations, for example, United Nations. India is not having United Nations Security Council. If India is capable of producing such a kind of state-of-the-art weapons, then that shows the kind of strength of India. Any strong country is eligible to become UNSC if the strength is used by any country with a responsible manner. India in the past, throughout human history since ancient time, medieval times, we were concerned about only the natural frontiers, Himalayas to Indian Ocean. Beyond Himalayas, beyond Indian Ocean, except in one or two occasions, remaining all the time, we were limited to that particular boundary only. We did not want to invade to other countries. That means we never created trouble for other countries beyond our natural frontiers. We always wanted, because that is the natural frontier where nature bestowed with us, that's how. We always, even though in Ashoka time period, India had the capability to go and conquer outside India, but still Ashoka did not go for conquest, rather he exported peace. That's why, but India should be having self-reliance in arms. At the same time, Indian ideology is to export peace, not violence. India had that track record. Now, if India is always land of peace, India always promote the peace. Mahatma Gandhi ji, Mahatma Buddha, Mahavir, they are all the people who contributed for the promotion of peace, who will take inspiration from them. But at the same time, a weak person cannot maintain peace. Just by speaking peace without having strength to protect the peace, then peace will not prevail. That's where, as a chairperson, these kind of ideas will come into the brain, that all these are possible only when you have strong arms manufacturing capability. If you are capable and able to export, also means you will get financial stability, also you will get some finances also in the form of imports, in the form of exports, foreign exchange reserves will come, and also it gives respect, dignity and security for the country. So these are various views of the chairperson of BML. What are the ethical issues involved here? Now, when it comes to ethical issues, you may sell arms to any country. Then what is the responsibility of this government with respect to these arms? Suppose when arms you sell, is it one for self-defense or to conquer neighbor, or to show aggression? And if you help somebody for self-defense, then you are protecting the human rights. But if you are exporting the products which are showing to the countries which are showing aggression, then you are violating human rights. You are violating human rights. That means the arms are supposed to protect the lives of the people, not to kill the lives of the people. Therefore, one ethical issue involved here is human right consideration. These are the ethical issues which we need to consider. Ethical issues involved in the case. Number one, human rights considerations. Human rights consideration. If government show aggression towards neighbors, that is, the blame will come to you, because you exported a weapon. Because of that capability, that country got so much confidence and going for aggression. That goes against the human right violation. That goes against human rights. Next, killing own people. Killing own people. Suppose if there is a country that the government wanted to import weapons from you, India exported. With that weapon, it is not used for self-defense purpose, but that particular president or prime minister of that country using the same weapons to kill their own people. If there is any problem, or if people are protesting against that prime minister or president, use the same weapons to kill the people, then the blame will come to India. Why to such kind of brutal dictators. These are called dictators. If these dictators get these kind of state of the art weapons, then what will happen to the citizen of that particular country? In this way, human rights consideration. Next, once if such kind of issue happens in one region, entire region, it will lead to cascading effect. Suppose, say for example, if there is a country here, if something happens, then it will affect the entire region. There will be enmity with neighboring countries. They will import arms from you and they will go invade the other country. Once you invade other country, other countries will come and support the aggressor, or some other countries will come and support the victim. In this way, now entire region will involve in the conflict. That regional stability is at stake. Regional stability at stake. This is one issue. Then how you ensure that regional stability at stake, and it will even lead to destabilization. Destabilizing the region. That is another case, another ethical issue which is involved. Then if you are supporting the oppressive regimes, dictators, then support to oppressive regime. You will get money, but that money is coming with blood. Someone is using your weapons to kill the people to ensure that their power is intact. That is another ethical issue. Whether will you give simply weapons to kill? Are you killing the people for self-defense, or are you killing the people for your power? These are the two issues. If your arms enter into the hands of those who are self-defending, that there is no ethical issue involved. But if it goes into the wrong hands, if same country people are being tortured by the same weapons, or unnecessarily that country is showing aggression towards a neighbor, it will lead to entire regional instability. Next, once you enter into this, the neighboring countries also will import even better manufacturing, better arms from other country. Proliferation of the arms. Then it will lead to proliferation of arms. If one country is having good weapon, then neighboring country also wants it. Then neighboring country also wants it. Then neighboring country also wants it. Then everyone wants this weapon. Then arms race will start. This is what? Proliferation of the weapons, arms. Next, how you will maintain transparency and accountability? If something happens like that, is it transparent? Is it who will take the accountability? Accountability issue. Transparency and accountability. These are the ethical issues. Suppose if a large scale massacre has taken place in a country where you exported the arms, then who will take the responsibility? Whether the person who massacred are they responsible, or because of your weapons they feel so confident and they went to this rampage? Who will take the responsibility? These are the various ethical issues involved. And if you take 5 different ways in which how these issues can be solved, means here what is the question? List 5 ethical factors that would influence the decisions to sell arms to foreign countries. First, you assess the risk and benefits. Risk and benefit analysis. Number 1, what are the risks? What are benefits? Next, consult experts. If you consult expert, the track record of that country, track record. Suppose if you are exporting to a country A, then what is the track record of that country? Then what is the use? What is the potential use or misuse of this? Experts, those who are experts in international relations, experts in arms analysis, expert in arms dealing, they know better that what is the real purpose of this. Then international norms, follow international norms, follow international norms, because today if something happens, tomorrow something happen, other countries will try to respond to that situation. If you export arms to other country, if you are not able to control the country for misuse, potential misuse, the other countries will impose financial sanctions on you. Then they will block in certain organizations to you, because as a country you also need to develop your technology. That technology will come only when you have integration with other countries. Because of one human right violation in one country, because of your arms, if other countries block you, then you will not get the latest technology from the world market. That's why you have to follow the international norms, so that in future if there is any kind of issue happen, that goes as per the existing norms. Repercussions will not be there on our country. Next, everything has to be transparent. Ensure transparency. If the dealing happens in transparent manner, then tomorrow if something happens, we will have our case to showcase in the International Court of Justice or anywhere. Because when it comes to international relations, optics are very, very important. Optics means how you are behaving. If you are trying to behave very aggressively, it will affect you in the long run. If your approach is soft and reconciliatory in mood, and also you are ready to help other countries, then your stature, dignity will increase. People are ready to work with you and support you, help you. Further, everything has to be transparent in dealing with such kind of weapons. Ensure transparency, properly document everything, then you can do. In future, if someone has any kind of issue, these transparent documents will help to defend our decision. Promote dialogue and responsible use. Promote dialogue and responsible use. Ensure that your weapons will enter into the responsible position, responsible person, not into the people who are going to misuse it. So these are 5 different factors that any country can take into consideration before exporting the weapons. Weapons export. Now we have 2 questions. One is what are the ethical issues involved? Another one is what are the factors that an arms export country has to take into consideration. In this way, this kind of issue can be solved. This issue will help you to understand how international relations will help, how international relations used to function. With this, we have tried to analyze various set of cases if you are directly as a civil servant. So these are the various cases we have tried to understand through various examples. Try to revise everything. Once you revise everything, then whatever may be the question related to civil servant related, read the question. If question is something related to civil servant, try to identify. We have the framework and template for each and every model. Then try to see if that model is having 2-3 case studies, the combination of those aspects are going to be our answer. Read very well, analyze very well, try to solve the cases very well. All right. Thank you very much.